between unbeaten's Mansfield Senior and North Canton Hoover takes over historic Arlin Field tonight for a battle between the Vikings and Tigers. And it's perfect night for one of these teams to try to go 2-0. It's live and free high school football streaming right into the palm of your hands. Broadcasting on TVs, PCs, tablets, smartphones, and wherever the internet can be found. And it's all on the way next.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Columbus, Ohio, get ready for the exciting gospel stage play, The Family Matters. It's coming to the historic Lincoln Theater on Friday, September 16th, featuring recording artist and Kingdom Image Award winner Mr. James Williams, along with an all-star cast of performers sure to keep you laughing and stir your soul with a theatrical performance unlike any other. Tickets are now available. Visit thefamilymatters.net for more information. It's The Family Matters, a musical stage play, Friday, September 16th. Be there. James1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career?
welcome into Arlin Field for week 2 of high school football. My name is Brian Skowronski, alongside former Tiger QB and coach Effie James, and this is the James1 Inc. pregame. Two really impressive week 1 performances by these two teams, Effie, and watching them warm up here tonight, certainly there is no shortage of confidence. Both teams feels like they're going to come in here and wreck the other.
Absolutely, and I think both teams have a really good opportunity to play well. Getting a win in week 1 is so vital to your confidence for week 2. Because you get a chance to find out in week 1 if all the things you've been practicing, all the things you've been working on all summer can get you a win. And now that you know they can, you come into week 2 with a lot of confidence.
Perhaps one of the biggest question marks I know certainly in your eyes was going to be the play of Duke Reese on the road, first career start at the varsity level. And the junior, he didn't have to do a lot, but he was able to manage the game and get a big win over Norwalk. What were your impressions of what you saw from Duke in his first outing?
Well, with Duke, I think for Coach Bradley, he played the type of game that they want him to play pretty much as he grows in the position. He threw, I think, 11 passes, and with those passes, Coach Bradley wants him to stay within the 11 to 15 pass range. And as he grows as a quarterback, the offense will evolve with him. And so if the running game is doing well as it did in week 1, then it takes the pressure off your young quarterback and then allows that offense to grow as he matures as the full-time starting QB for the first time.
There's a look at the Tigers. They always get in that huddle when they come running out here. It's always a fun sight at the corner of 4th and Trimble. And the first look at Arlin Field for the 2022 campaign, the Mansfield TY Tigers out onto the field after a really impressive performance in week 1. Well, what they were able to do, Effie, they outgained the Truckers 301 to 196 in total yards, but what really impressed and stood out to me was they forced 2 turnovers and then 1 for 7 on 4th down. So they really limited Norwalk's ability to get back in the game.
Well, and their defense has to be a staple for them. And anytime you're playing with a new quarterback, your defense has got to step up. And Mansfield's defense is notorious for being aggressive, fast, and getting to the football. And Coach Sean Adams does a great job of rallying those guys. No matter who plays those positions, whoever steps in year to year, they know the expectation on the defense. So this Tiger team is going to lean on that defense to limit the possessions of Hoover tonight, to give their young quarterback in this offense more opportunities.
Speaking of Hoover, a big win for them. They took down Akron Buckdole 35-21 last week. And both of these teams, 9-win seasons back in 2022. Always high expectations when you come from Stark County, Effie. And obviously, no difference in that mindset here tonight for this squad.
Well, for sure. And they are coming in with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. The Tigers came into their place last year and some would say stole a win right from the beginning there, and they had the lead, and the Tigers mounted a great comeback to walk away from Hoover with an exciting win. So they're coming into this place with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder because that was a bit of a surprise for the team from Stark County. Mansfield hasn't fared well in that area over the years, so they've got a chip on their shoulder. They're going to be ready to play. This won't be a game where they're going to take the Tigers lightly. They've come ready to play and ready to win. So it should be a really competitive and exciting matchup.
It was actually Senior High's first win in Stark County since, you want to hear this, Effie?
No, I don't.
1960, bro. So all the reasons that you were talking about, they had negative rush yards in the game. I do feel like this Hoover team probably they felt like that one was a bit of a fluky win. Right. The huge plays at the end of the game. Miles Bradley had 2 60-plus yard touchdowns. Right. Remember those highlights very, very well. But it was the goal line stand that sealed the victory for the Tigers. So I think if you're a fan of Senior High, you'd say, well, we got it done when it mattered most, and you guys were at home and you couldn't. So there's a little bit of beef on both sidelines.
Sure, absolutely.
See a wind breezing through here tonight. Knocking it off the tee as we are just about set and ready for game action. It's going to be Sean Putt to kick it deep. And we are underway. It's going to be a squib bobbled. And now taken here down the near sideline. That's Mason Ashby. Had a monster game in their season opener. Talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit. But certainly that guy right there, number 3, he's going to be one of their playmakers you're going to have to keep an eye on all night.
Right, and Ashby puts puts the Vikings in great field position to start, and again, against this aggressive Tiger defense, got a little bit of a short field to cover, so let's see if the Vikings could take advantage.
Starting at quarterback for Hoover will be number 9, junior Carson Dolan.
First down, they'll turn and hand it off. Swarming Tiger defense swallows them up. Nowhere to go.
Well, Mekhi Bradley just stepped right, like he read the play, like someone told him what the play was going to be that time, because there was nobody within 5 yards of him. He stepped right into the gap and made contact right at the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 8 now. Beautiful fake to the outside. That's going to be first down yardage and more. Excellent run on the keeper there by Carson Dyerlund.
Well, that right there is the true triple option or read option, what they call it today. Great job of holding the fake all the way through, and the running back, Ashby, that time really carried out his fake to make the Tiger defense think he had the football. So great play, and picks up the first down.
First down now, they swing it to the outside. Bouncing off Keontae Bradley and picking up another nice gain here is Luke Roach.
Really hard running that time by Luke Roach, who caught the ball that was a lateral, and he caught it, got upfield, and pretty much ran over Bradley that time on the corner and fell forward for 4 yards.
Gain of 3 on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Not this time. Tigers read that one all the way. Leo Hess breaking in to make the stop.
Well, Leo Hess and this Tiger unit is smallish up front for the amount of size that the Tigers have on this overall team. They are a small defensive unit, but they use a lot of quickness, a lot of strength. They are very tough to block because they're so hard off the football. And Leo Hess done a great job of maneuvering his way, getting off the blocks, getting in backfield for a stop.
Third down to the sky. Pretty pass.
Almost.
I think kind of stolen away at the end.
I think he picked it off. I think that's a pick.
Officials are talking about it. They're going to rule it incomplete, Effie.
Brian, that ball never touched the ground. Now, if they're going to call it, they're either going to call it a catch or an interception. I don't know. But I know that ball never touched the ground. They're going to call it incomplete. Wow. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, it was in and out of the hands of Ashby. And then all of a sudden, Amar Davis had it.
See, I thought the ball fell out of Ashby's hands and right into Amar Davis, who was already on the ground. And I am telling you, I was looking right at it. It fell right in his hands. But nonetheless.
So they do finally change the yardage marker. I'm not crazy. It is fourth down.
Right.
And it's going to be a pretty decent punt. Go out of bounds right about at the 20-yard line. So we'll get our first look here at the Mansfield Senior offense, led by Duke Reese.
And that's just what the Tigers needed, an early stop. Not quite the 3 and out, but were able to get the Vikings off the field, get this offense a chance with some decent field position. And that's the defense's job. Your job as a defense is to get the offense as many opportunities as possible, put out the fire, and get your offense on the field.
So first down for the Tigers from their own 28. Reese checking over at the sideline. It's got Zion Brown dotting the I behind him. Reese flushed, and I think makes the right decision.
Right.
Slides down at about the 32.
Well, and you can tell that Duke is, he's being coached not to They're trying not to have him read the entire field right now. Not at this point. He was looking at the wide side of the field, saw his read, didn't like what he saw, and he just tucked it and ran. He didn't sit in the pocket. He saw a wide opening for some open yardage, tucked it and took those free 6 yards. Nice play, nice decision by the young quarterback.
Reese hands off this time, and drilled in the backfield is Brown. Excellent penetration and big tackle.
You know, Hudson Lent came off the ball and just swam the left tackle and came clean and ran that thing down from the backside. That is a big play to bring up a 3rd and long for the Tigers. You know, this offensive line, Brian, just like the quarterback, is going to grow each game, and they're going to take some lumps, but they played well at times also.
Reese fakes it, gets to the edge. A lot of space in front here for Mekhi Bradley. And he drives his way out to about the 45-yard line. Huge pickup.
Absolutely, great play call. I think that's why the running game is so important. You know, last year the Tigers struggled with their running game, but having a running game is going to be important because the play action is going to be your quarterback's friend. That time they're going to great play action, slip Mekhi Bradley out into the flat for an easy throw for the quarterback. Throw it short, run long, and that's what you want to do in this type of offense. Great call there on the 3rd down.
So a fresh set here for Reese and the gang. And they'll go straight ahead, pick up a maybe 2. Pretty stout Hoover defense that they're going up against. Here's a look at their starters tonight. Decent size up front. Looks like maybe the Tigers just as beefy. And a nice fast secondary. They don't have very many guys that go both ways.
You know, and that's one of those things that, you know, come the second half, that could show itself a little bit for either one of those teams as the Vikings get in the backfield again.
Zion Brown loses a yard on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, excellent penetration.
You know, one of the concerns for the Tiger staff was last game, even though they won big, the time of possession was heavy in the favor of Norwalk. And, you know, that's all well and good when you're playing well and you're scoring a lot. But when you got a team that's almost fully 2 platoon and nobody goes both ways, you don't want your defense on the field for an extra 10, 11 minutes.
Reese loses his footing. Now he's got to take off and going nowhere. Dropped down, sacked on the play in the backfield by Jack McKelly.
Again, good hard rush. And again, that's why, you know, right now Mansfield is the type of offense that's got to stay out of those 3rd and longs because, you know, if a team could just pin their ears back and rush the quarterback, you know, while this offensive line is still growing and getting better, it makes it tough for a quarterback. Duke Reese lost his footing that time and was trying to get out, but was caught from the back. So another good defensive stand. I think, Brian, this might be a defensive battle. I mean, both offenses are gonna struggle, but let's see whose defense is gonna play better.
Can't get much better than that. Rolls and comes to a halt at the 8-yard line. Fabulous punt for the Tigers, and this is what you need for your defense, a hungry defense like Mansfield Seniors. Get them pinned back here. Student section over on this side. Try to create some chaos here for the Hoover O.
Well, again, this defense is, you know, they're going to be tough no matter what. But when you pin a team inside their own 10-yard line, it makes them even more aggressive. They have got athletes all over the field on this defense. And as we know, Keontae Bradley, Division I, a couple other Division I caliber young men on this defense. So they've got speed and athleticism all over the field defensively.
Big hole right side. It'll lead to about a 6-yard gain. Nice start here for the Hoover offense.
You know, Bryce Roach came out came out of the backfield that time, really running hard, and that's the key. Sometimes your blocks aren't going to be great, but if you can cover up your man and then you got a back that's going to run hard, you're always going to fall forward for a nice yard. That was a good gain on first down.
Second down play action, they go to the sky. And they're complete here on the near side. Ashby picks up enough for a first down. They'll move the sticks.
Nice play, and Hoover looks like they're getting to a little rhythm. Nice little quick out there by Ashby, wide open in space. You know, nice easy throw by the quarterback, and Ashby's able to make the catch, get upfield, get the first down, and try to get the Vikings in some rhythm here.
Picks up a first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Another run play, trying to catch the edge. Tigers' speedy defense didn't allow him to get too far. Just a couple of yard pickup as Ahmad Thomas lost his helmet. He's got to come out for a quick play.
That'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Vikings.
Well, like you said, the Tiger defense, they want you to go east and west. If you're a team that lines up and wants to go right at them, you know, that could be difficult. But if you go east and west, they are going to run you down. So that was a great play that time, great pursuit by the Tiger D.
And they were all over this one yet again. It's going to bring up a third down and long for the Vikings. Haven't seen them really have to step back and try to pass just yet. See what they dial up here on this one.
Well, it's again, going to be difficult to put the ball in the air against this Tiger secondary. They have, again, got great athletes, great speed, guys that can cover and react to the football. So you don't want to get in place where you've got to throw the football, and they know you got to throw the football.
Flag comes in and it'll stop it dead. False start. First penalty on either side. 3:50 to go here in the opening quarter.
Penalty will bring up 3rd and 13 for the Vikings.
Again, they look like they were going to try to move the pocket that time, and that's probably a good idea as the Tigers on 3rd and long are going to come after this quarterback. So, you know, moving the pocket is probably a good idea.
Looks like one-on-one matchups all over the field. They identify one, and that's a great throw and catch. Big pickup for the first down. Zach Brocker.
You know, and that is a great concept that time. The Vikings offensive line, great protection. They ran a wheel stop concept where one guy runs a wheel and a post, and instead of running it deep, he just hooked up right in the middle of the zone, and the quarterback could find him. And it was a really good throw, right on the money for the first down. Very well executed.
Run fake. Blown up there by Mansfield Senior right at the point of attack. 3 Tigers conversion to help make the stop.
You know, it's amazing, Brian. All these years have passed, and all the evolutions that have come with offensive football, and at every level, the option is still around, you know? And that always amazes me when I look. Every level, even the pro level now, the read option, they call it different things, but the option is still around after all these years.
I don't think it's going anywhere, Effie. You always want your quarterback, typically one of the more intelligent guys on the field, to be able to make the decision. So if they're in control, reading the action, typically it works out, and that's why it's been around for 100+ years.
Absolutely. And on that play on second down, A.J. Dolph just takes the ball. And then, you know, that's the thing. When you've shown that your quarterback will pull the ball, now the defense, who is aggressive, has got to take an extra beat to think and read and see who's got the football. So that's why the option is – that's probably why it's not going anywhere, because it makes the defense stop and think for a second. Oh, man.
To the sky, busted coverage, overthrown. Man, what a break right there for Mansfield Senior.
Oh, wow. Well, you know, Jeremy Kish was running wide open, and for some reason he stopped And I think the quarterback thought he was going long and tried to lead him, and that was the only reason why he missed him, because he was wide open.
So it appears the Mansfield Senior has potentially forced a punting situation, but Hoover wants to talk about it. They're not quite sure. Right at about midfield, marked at the 49-yard line on their side.
Well, the Tigers escaped and got away with one that time. A blown coverage and just a complete miss on that deep throw. That time by Hoover. But again, I think the Vikings are finding some rhythm here. They're mixing in some short throws. They run the option. They're running some power football. They are really giving the Tigers a lot to look at defensively, which, again, is what you have to do. One of the things that you can't do against this Tiger defense is just line up vanilla and say, here we come, because they're too athletic, got too much speed and athleticism. So you got to show them different looks. They've had the quarterback roll out. They've had the quarterback run. They've thrown deep, thrown short. So, they are showing the Tiger defense a lot right now. And at this point, the drive has been going well. It's stalled right now, but this is a big fourth down, fourth and short.
It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way, reaching for the line to gain.
I think he's going to be short, man. Yeah, he's short. And it's a good spot.
So it appears that the Tiger defense has made the play. We'll take one more look at it.
It's going to be a quarterback keeper all the way.
He was contacted right in the backfield. And,
for the line
I think that's a really good call on fourth and short. But the speed of the Tiger defense, even if you don't have a great angle, those guys come downhill and they turn the corner, and they have the quarterback in their arms in the backfield. Great stop.
Reese to the near side, tackled rudely here by McKelly.
Jack McKelly, he was not fooled at all. That was very disciplined play by the defensive end. He stepped up and did not buy the fake at all, and they just tried to catch him sleeping that time with the run fake. But a great play and a loss of 4 for the Tigers. And again, this is where the Tiger offense does not want to be. Behind the sticks, and they've got weapons all over the field. It could be they've got big play potential, but they don't want to be in this spot.
Reese to the near side. He's got the hook up. Bradley showing off the nice hands and getting 2 feet in bounds for a 9-yard pickup.
Nice throw, nice route by Keontez Bradley. Runs the comeback route just short of the sticks, but I thought that time Duke Reese was able to catch it and step up in rhythm and throw a perfect ball. And those are the type of throws. He had no read. He knew where he was going from the beginning, stepped right into the throw and threw a strike, and that looked good for the young quarterback.
Sets up third and very short. Reese straight ahead, big hole now. Duke breaking away from a would-be tackler, catches a block on the edge and caught a turf monster at about the 30, 26-yard line there. But an excellent pickup in the Tigers, keeping the drive on the move.
Well, I tell you what, tackle Amon Thomas came down hard, and that's why he had so much room. Amon Thomas came down, he crashed down and moved the entire pile and gave Duke Reese a lot of room to work with there, which should have been just a little short yardage, turned into a big gain because of the offensive line push that time.
Tigers looking to break into the red zone for the first time this evening. Brown tackled by Luke Griglio.
And that time they pulled Mekhi Bradley, who's essentially like the H-back in this offense, and on the lead block, and Zion Brown just got right behind him for a nice pickup.
Looks like that's going to take us to the end of a fast-moving first quarter.
Absolutely.
Still no score at Arlin Field, as we've got a defensive battle on our hands, folks. Stay with us. Second quarter action will be right back after this.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you...
Back here at Arlin Field on first down. It's Reese connecting with Bradley yet again on the far sideline this time. And he's going to go inside the 10, all the way down to the 8 to set up the Tigers for a first and goal. 16-yard pickup on the play. I believe it's the biggest play so far for the Tigers. Going to get a timeout. I believe this is going to be taken by Mansfield Senior. I'm hearing some of their coaching staff saying looks like people lined up in the wrong spots, Effie, and that can be a play killer before it even gets started.
I don't think we were lined up in the – looked like they were trying to go to a power I formation, and I think somebody might have been out of place.
Thank you to Juvenile Pizzeria and the Roger Nelson family for your continued support of the Mansfield City Schools and the CY Tiger football team.
Reminder that tonight
Tonight's program, please look for the Keith Burrow
at 11:30, we'll have all of the area scores, highlights, interviews, and analysis that you need for local high school football on the Friday night pigskin. All kicks off at 11:30 with yours truly and the OH.REPORT gang. Good time. We had a great time last week, Effie. You know, I know it's all past your bedtime.
I know. I fell asleep on you guys, but I try. I try every week to watch you guys. It's got some great analysis, great highlights. It's a great show, so I've been told.
That's great. That's great. Perfect. All right, so a big backfield here. 3 backs. Reese lobs it up, and he's got Lala Owens, but way out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, that is dangerous, and I think he was trying to throw it away. So I think you can say that that was a safe throw, but again, you don't want to put that much air under it because you don't want to give you got an opportunity to score here no matter what. So you don't want to take your chance and have a big turnover or something that takes you out of scoring range at this point. So here we are now, power I inside the 10. Oh boy.
Yeah, look at the penetration into the backfield.
Wow.
Just no place to go whatsoever for Ricky Mills, who had such an outstanding performance last week.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brennan de Guzman, the inside tackle, just drove the Tiger guard into the backfield and stopped that play before it even had a chance. I thought the blocking up front was okay. We had the fullback was up on the linebacker, but that penetration right from the beginning, that play did not have a chance. So I think, inside play is about your individual battles. And, when you're playing offensive line, you got to win more battles than you lose when you're trying to run the football.
Try to keep it on the ground again here, but flag flies in. So false start on the Tigers. They'll back it up just when it looked like they were getting into a rhythm.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden had to take the timeout after they set up out of the break the wrong way, and just sometimes things can snowpile on you, Effie.
Right. Well, and I think that time they got one of the wideouts. The wideouts were still moving before the snap, and I think they got one of the wideouts with an illegal shift, and they weren't set before the snap. And again, you know, now going from being inside the 10 now to just inside the 20, and it's still third down. So right now you got to have a positive play right here. If you're the Vikings, you just want to keep them out of the end zone.
Run here to the near side. Nice tackle on the play by Gregulo.
You know, that's our, I believe that's, is that Ricky Mills' first carry tonight? And I think that is. And, you know, Ricky Mills had such a great game last week running the football. And, you know, he's one of the defensive stars as well. But, you know, I think for the running game, it's important that he gets established on the offensive side. But right now, Tigers are going to have to settle for a field goal attempt by putt.
And it's going to be mishandled. So putt lobs it up.
No.
And it's picked off. Well, ball up for grabs. Just all bad if you're a Tigers fan, as it's going to go back over into the hands of the Hoover offense.
Yeah, that's just tough. The opportunities, you know, they were inside the 10-yard line, had played well with great rhythm, and then, like you said, Brian, it just kind of started to snowball on them. And the last thing you want to see on fourth down is your kicker throwing the football. But again, you know, it's still very early in the season, very competitive. Defensive game. I thought the Vikings stepped up and played well. That third down or that second down stop from the interior lineman is now huge. That was a huge play. So now for them to get the football back and try to score here early in the second quarter.
Dearland from the gun, turns, gives. Look at all the Tigers in a pack. Ahmad Thomas, the first to make contact. And it's a loss, dropped in the backfield for -1.
Yeah, it is very tough if you're just going to try to run off tackle, if you're trying to, you know, and I think that was an option read, and I'm sure if quarterback Dryland, if he had another chance, he would have kept that one because it looked like he had some space on the outside. But sometimes with the option, you do make mistakes. And that time it cost him a couple yards.
Keep it on the ground again, straight ahead. This time a little bit better push. They get back the lost yardage and 2 more. Still be third down and long. Vikings offense will need to pick up 9 if they want to try to keep this drive alive.
You know, one of the things they've been able to do early in this game, Brian, is been able to find Ashby in space, throw a little short passes, quick outs, some play action. So I'm looking for something like that from the Vikings on this third and long.
Another flag, Effie. Somebody evidently moved at the line of scrimmage.
They haven't made the call. They call offsides? Okay.
So I'll make things a little more comfortable here for Dearland and company.
Well, as you can see, that changed the offensive package. They came in with 3 different players, so now they go from a spread look to an offset power I look. Go from third and long to third and short, so it changes the play call. Oh my!
Not going to change the outcome though.
Oh my!
Boy, is this Tigers defense aggressive or what? How about Samir Phillips just blowing that baby up?
Wow!
Never even had a chance.
I mean, and that's what I mean about speed. Just about every play, you almost have to run some kind of counter action because Phillips came on a line right into the backfield, and that play never had a chance.
So the punt unit on for the third time already for the Vikes.
You know, and that's what we talk about, the defense. You know, they're your firemen. They put out the fires. You know, the last offensive set, you had a chance to score. Things went haywire, but the defense comes out, puts out the fire, gives you another opportunity here with just over 7 minutes to play here in the quarter.
So the Tigers offense gets another crack at it. They moved the ball well on their previous possession after the big 4th down stop. Broke inside of the 10 down to the 8. And then a couple of miscues led to the botched field goal attempt. And here we are still scoreless almost midway through this second quarter, Effie. And I guess I'm not really surprised, but both of these teams, they got it done last week with their defense being the centerpiece. And so far, kind of the same.
Well, in Hoover, like we talked about, they forced multiple turnovers, and right now the Tiger offense has been able to stay away from that. So the games were a lot different, and, you know, both of them have stepped up in competition, I would say.
No question about it. To the sky goes Reese. Blocking, setting up to the perimeter. And Amar, the star, Davis, has a first down for now, but a late flag comes in.
You know, and that is a nice play, well-executed play. You know, this penalty is going to be big. But, again, these are the type of passes that they want to get for Duke Reese.
And it's going to be a hold here, Effie, against Lala Owens on the outside. So he must have had one of the blocks to set it up.
Right. You know, and that's what happens. You throw a bubble concept and they get the ball into Amar's hands. Try to get it to him in space, and Lala just grabbed the hole. He looks like he's got it there. And usually at the last second when a guy tries to make a play, your arms get outside the frame, and the referees will call that. But that's just a good effort play by your wide receiver trying to get a block.
So first down 16 is what the Tigers need. And the run game just is not working like we saw from a week ago. Wow. Zion Brown. I mean, let the man take a breath, offensive line. That was no time whatsoever to let that baby develop.
Well, again, De Guzman, number 68, has been really having his way up front. He has done a great job of getting off the ball, getting off the blocks, and causing havoc in the backfield. They have got to do something to help out, because he has been in the backfield on a number of plays tonight. And it puts the Tigers, again, behind the sticks.
Reese from the gun, Brown next to him. Looking left all the way, firing. Oh, it's going to be out of the reach. Nye Petty kind of wide open on the play.
Yeah. You know, Nye Petty got off the ball, and he was wide open, and he had a lot of space. And, you know, Duke Reese had that ball back. He would not put so much air on it. That's a ball that you got to drive into that hole right in front of the safety, but behind the corner. And again, his experience will teach him that. I don't think he anticipated the type of space he would have, but that's a ball that you got to drive into that hole and get it into your receiver's hands so he can catch and get some yards after the catch. But again, Nye Petty wide open off the line of scrimmage.
Four receivers set, 3 to the near side. Reese looks right now, comes middle, and again overthrows the intended target. Nate Dismuke this time, and it's 4th down.
Well, Brian, as you can see, this is why, you know, Coach Bradley really, even though you can see the talent, I mean, Duke Reese has tremendous arm talent. That ball pops out of his hands. But the reason why they want to keep him in a certain amount of throws is because, you know, right now he's still learning to see the field. He's learning how, you know, his footwork has got to get a little bit better, but he certainly has a live arm. You can tell from the throws, but he's got to learn where to put some finesse and step into his throws. And, you know, so they're limiting his pass plays right now. But that is, again, that's a tough one. The Tigers do not want to have short offensive possessions in a game that, you know, it's looking like a score or two may win this thing. So you want to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you get. But here now, your defense got a short field to defend.
Tigers defense so far has stood up against the challenge.
Well, and you see, like we talked about earlier, Brian, you know, with North Canton Hoover being almost fully 2 platooned, over time your defense just can't keep staying on the field for prolonged periods of time before that starts to wear on them.
Total yards in the game, Mansfield 66, Hoover 61.
Luke Brooks on the carry, brought down by Mackay Bradley.
As Mackay comes up to make the stop after a gain of 4 on first down.
And one thing that we've seen, that no matter what the series, that Hoover is committed to running the football, and they are going to run the football, and they've, you know, had some good runs, and they also had some losses, but they've been committed to running the football here, and I think they believe that over time it's going to pay off, as we see the option as a quarterback keep this time, and he's got room.
Look at the speed by Carson
How
Dearland.
about that? How about that?
Biggest play of the game by far.
Well, you know, and I can as an option historian, I can appreciate this option read. And again, you know, sometimes you make the wrong read, sometimes you make the right read. But that time, the quarterback made a great read, and he showed some speed against this really speedy secondary for the Tigers, or defensive unit. So here now the Tigers got to defend the goal line.
Huge chance for the Mansfield Senior defense. Try to flex their muscles as they allow Hoover to get inside of the 2. Pretty nice pickup here on the 1st and goal.
Well, what you're seeing now, Brian, in the last few plays, this whole series actually, I've been watching the offensive line of Hoover, and there's no more games. They're not pulling anybody. They're not doing any they're coming right off the ball against the smaller Tiger unit and just trying to push them off the ball and see if they can get positive yards running the football. And to this point, it is working.
From the gun, Dearland cuts inside, but he's going to be met by a couple of Tigers linebackers, driven back on the play by Samir Phillips, and it'll keep it 3rd down.
Yeah, Samir Phillips and the Tiger linebacking core, really, they are an aggressive bunch. They step up and fill holes very well. So right now, what they need is a huge push from that line, and not a whole lot of area to work with for those linebackers. So I don't expect to see much different from the Vikings. They are going to try to power this thing in, and they're trying to shrink the game here. They're going to run the play clock down, and it looks like they're going to call a timeout as they try to shrink the game against this Tiger defense.
It is going to be a Vikings timeout. 3:23 showing on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. No score at Arlin Field. And both of these teams, while they were led by the defenses last week, Effie, they had a couple of studs really go off. We have not seen that so far today. Mason Ashby in particular. Look at this game that this dude was able to put up. 235 all-purpose yards.
Wow.
77 in the receiving game, had a couple of tutties, and then a 99-yard kick return touchdown. Better competition, of course, going up against this Tigers secondary. Just hasn't been a whole lot of space for him to get loose when he's had his opportunities so far.
Right, and they've been playing Ashby more on the outside. They haven't put it into his hands from the backfield so much. They are going with the power games. Look like a power dotted I from Vikings here on 3rd and short.
Huge heavy set in the game right here for Hoover. And they'll give it to the first up man, diving for the end zone.
He's in.
And Hoover will strike first.
You know, and I tell you, and I even thought the Tigers got a great push at the point of attack defensively. But again, it was just too much momentum, and he just reached the ball over the plane. You know, but this is the game plan for the Vikings. They have seen the way the defense plays. They want to shrink the game now, play some power football, throw it when they have to, and just try to play good defense.
Number 97, sophomore Paul Koskovich.
Play clock down to 10 as the Vikings restructure their setup. And the kick gets blocked, so the Tigers D at least keeps it at just a 6-point deficit.
And the score remains the Hoover Vikings 6, the TY Tigers 0.
But that all set up by the huge play by Carson Deerlund to open up the drive as he broke it off for 40-plus down inside of the Tiger 10.
And that's the benefit of committing to the run. And, you know, sometimes we've seen the Tiger defense get in the backfield for big stops and big plays. And a lot of times that'll force a team to say, you know what, we can't run the ball against this team. We're just going to give up. But they stayed with it. And, you know, they went with the read option game, and it left a big hole. The quarterback took advantage of it. In a game like this, Brian, you know, that could turn out to be the play of the game. You just don't know. You know, we have 3:18 left to play here in the first half. And, you know, Tiger offense is still trying to find their footing against this, you know, and this defense from Hoover is, they're solid. You know, they're not overly big, they're not overly fast, but they play smart football. They've taken advantage of some battles that they've been winning on the interior line, but they're playing smart football right now. So the Tiger offense has got to find a way to sustain a drive and get points at the end.
Be a squib kick right up the middle. Stutter step and a jig move there by Dismuke. Sets up the Tigers with pretty quality field position here at their 42-yard line. 3:11 to go in the second quarter. And a big opportunity here for Reese and the offense. Trying to get some positive momentum rolling in their favor before you inch your way into the halftime break.
Right. You know, right now the Tigers are, you know, 20 rush yards, 20 yards rushing on 12 attempts. You know, offensively just haven't had many snaps, and that's the Norwalk game included. Just not a whole lot of snaps for this offense, and they've got to find something some way to maintain a drive.
Get it out to Davis, trying to let his block set up. And nothing really ever materialized to the outside. Does turn it into a gain of 4.
Right, and those are the type of plays that, you know, as the coaching staff is going to be happy with. That replaces, you know, a solid run. That's a nice 4 or 5 yard pickup. And of course, Amar Davis, you know, he gets the ball in his hands and he wants to score. But in the big picture, that's a nice pickup on first down.
Reese from the gun, looking right. And again, he gets flushed out of the pocket. Big hole up the middle, throws a wicked stiff arm here on the near sideline. Bent back the neck of Zach Brocker on that one. First down.
Yeah, great decision at the time by Duke Reese. Again, he took a peek downfield, didn't like what he saw on his read, tucked the ball and ran. I'm sure the coaches would like a little bit better ball security. But he got positive yards, picked up a first down, a much-needed first down to get this Tiger offense going.
Into Hoover territory, they swing it out again. They got Davis. Keeps his feet, falls forward, out to the 41-yard line. And again, like you said, just kind of supplementing for the running game. Get into the hands of arguably your best athlete and just let him scoop.
Absolutely. You know, it puts a lot less pressure on your offensive line to have to win their battles, and, you know, you can pick up 4 or 5 yards on an easy swing pass.
They'll fake it to Davis this time, looking to launch, going up top one-on-one.
Yeah.
And the ball just drifting out of bounds. It's intended for Lala Owens.
Well, that time the safety, he read it well. He didn't get sucked in by the bubble concept. He stayed deep, and when Duke Reese went to throw it deep, there's really nowhere to go. So essentially he tried to throw that football away. But, you know, the Tigers tried to take advantage. They've run the bubble about 4 times and try to see if the Vikings would get a little nosy and come up, but they played it well. The deep safety played it well that time. Oh.
It's going to be a false start against Mansfield Senior. Turns a 2nd and 4 into now 9 yards needed for the line to gain.
Boy, that's so critical. So critical. 3rd down. And You know, just a critical mistake. Now it makes it 3rd and long, and again, you see the personnel change. Now you got to find a completely different play. And, again, you want to stay out of these situations where it's 3rd and long.
Reese steps, fires over the middle.
Nice.
Davis snatches it, and he's going to turn loose down the sideline. See you later. 47 yards into the zone. Amar, the star, with the biggest play so far for the Tigers.
Wow, Amar Davis, outstanding. Now, we already know about his speed, but take a look at these hands. I mean, that ball, you know, we talked about Duke Reese and his live arm. That ball was thrown on a rope and really was too high for Amar Davis. But he goes up and snatches this thing out of the air and then now the ball's in his hands, and that's his thing. That's his comfort zone there. So great play by Amar.
And the Tigers will tack on the PATs, so that missed extra point for Hoover could be looming large. I covered a game last week between Lucas and Clear Fork. That was the deciding factor, that missed extra point. So the Tigers in front for the first time at home tonight after the huge play by Amar Davis. Maybe just check it out one more time, shall we?
Well, I love to see young receivers with great hands. I mean, because we know about his athleticism. We know he can run. We know he's got great footwork and speed. But that was about his hands. You know, that ball was thrown like a missile, and I thought there's no way he's going to catch it. He snatched it right out of the air and then had the state of mind to catch it and get upfield and score. You know, Amar Davis is, you know, to be a junior, really, in this offense that's full of great athletes, you know, he certainly is a standout.
Still some time remaining, though, for the Hoover O. They haven't had many big plays, most of them coming in the running game. See what they put together here in their 2-minute drill.
Well, that's a big drive for the Tigers. I mean, they were able to pick up a couple first downs, and you know, got a big play in the passing game. They're going to open up this defense a little bit, which I would imagine for the staff they're trying to open up some running lanes where eventually they'll be able to run the ball a little bit. But that was a solid drive for the Tigers, and it's got to be a great confidence builder for your quarterback to get a nice completion over the middle for a touchdown.
Hoover comes out in the gun. We've got trips here to the near side, but it's the ground game. Big hole straight ahead. And tumbling forward, Luke Roach. Decent pickup. Got 9 on the play. As the clock rolls under a $1:20 to go before the break.
I believe Hoover is down to 1 timeout, and they are going no huddle here.
Big throw and a connection.
How about that?
Leaping to make the catch, Zach Brocker. But hold the phone. Flag on the play.
Oh, my.
And it's going to go against Hoover. So this one's coming back.
Wow. Tough call. Zach Brocker run a great skinny post route. Got right inside of the corner. O'Brien that time and made a really good catch. Well executed play, but the penalty.
I'm sorry, 41-yard line.
So some disappointment for the Vikings after they were getting inside of Tiger territory. Now facing a 2nd down and 6.
And the clock is running.
And the ball is loose. Heads up play by the QB to get on it right away. Could have been disastrous.
Yes. A lot of confusion. The coaches are yelling about something, and the players, some of the players were looking at the coaches at the snap. Some of the players were ready to play, and the ball's on the ground. A lot of confusion by Hoover right now, and the clock is still running.
And it appears that Vikings pretty content with that at this point.
Right. Yeah.
Where the last couple of snaps have went.
Right.
And especially now with 4th down coming up,
Yeah,
but Choky Bradley running onto the field. Get a TO.
And I love it. But, you know, when you got athletes, you got so many guys that can make big plays. You don't want to go in the locker room without giving your guys an opportunity to make a big play, whether it's on a kick or a punt or, you know, whatever it is. You want to get the ball into the hands of your stars, and who knows, they can, you know, make a play and put some more points on the board here before halftime.
So with just 9 seconds, decisions to be made on both sides for the Tigers. Potentially try to all-out blitz, get to the punter. Or have one of your stars back, like you mentioned.
Right.
Try to take a punt. And if you're the Vikings, probably just don't even want to get this thing
no
in the field to play.
No way I would put this thing on the ground and not let the referees have the football. You know, Tigers do have a timeout left to spend. But, yeah, I would not give them an opportunity to run a play or catch a punt. If I was the Vikings right now, I'd be content going into the locker room down 1 on essentially what was a big play. I'm not going to say it was a fluke play because I think the Tigers executed that pass play very well. But overall, the Vikings defense has played well. So, you know, you got to be happy. But they are going to line up and punt it.
Back to punt for Hoover, number 22, senior Sean Kavanaugh.
After a little hesitation, they're going to keep it in the field to play. It's a short punt, though. Takes a Hoover bounce, and the clock has expired, but a flag on the play, a man down. A lot to unpack right there, those last 5 seconds.
Downs the punt, Kavanaugh's punt, but there's a flag on the play.
So depending on the flag, it could either take us to the break or perhaps another punt. Mansfield Senior, half the team heading towards the locker room.
All right, well, I would make them punt it again if that was an option.
And it looks like that is going to be the situation. Tigers are going to accept the penalty, which I'm pretty sure was a hold.
OhioHealth is proud to keep our athletes healthy and in the game.
Well, maybe not.
Personal foul. Receiving team number 40. That penalty's declined. Halftime.
Okay, so we have indeed reached the break. Tigers with a 7-6 advantage. A lot of defense played in this first half. A couple of big plays by the O's as well. And still 2 big quarters coming up. Keep it with us for the halftime show, including performances by each band. We'll also have some stats analysis and get you all set up for half number 2. Keep it here. It's live and free high school football exclusively on the OH Report.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Columbus, Ohio, get ready for the exciting gospel stage play, The Family Matters. It's coming to the historic Lincoln Theater on Friday, September 16th, featuring recording artist and Kingdom Image Award winner Mr. James Williams, along with an all-star cast of performers sure to keep you laughing and stir your soul with a theatrical performance unlike any other. Tickets are now available. Visit thefamilymatters.net for more information. It's The Family Matters, a musical stage play, Friday, September 16th. Be there. James1 Inc, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James1 Inc, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
What's up, America? Brian Skowronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively, right here on the OH Report.
Mr. Worldwide himself, Pitbull. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hoover Marching Band. Viking fans, tomorrow you'll have the opportunity to support the Hoover Band for Tag Day. Members will be coming around your neighborhood sporting their swift new uniforms, asking for donations as they build funds towards their next purchase. Also, if your band still looks like you're lying in it when no one is actually in it, it's time to get a new mattress. The Hoover Marching Band Mattress Fundraiser is the perfect opportunity to replace your old and sagging mattress. Come to the band and choir room at Hoover High School on Saturday, September 10th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. to find your perfect mattress fit. Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the field because it's time to get down to business. The Mansfield Senior High Tiger Marching Band is in the house. The Tiger Band's regular camp flight tag. Mr. Charles Bright in the second, and Miss Libby Samuels, flag door advisor. Tonight, the Mansfield Senior High Marching Tigers pay tribute to Earth, Wind and Fire, a band who has spanned multiple genres including jazz, R&B, soul, funk, disco, pop, EDM, Latin, and Afro-pop. We will kick off our show tonight with September, a 1978 hit that reached #1 on the Billboard chart. Here's the Tiger Marching Band with September. continue our Earth, Wind & Fire tribute with their hit, Fantasy. Inspired by the 1977 movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the song made the Billboard Top 40 in 1978 and was featured in many films since. Featuring our Mansfield Senior High Flag Corps, here's the Tiger Band with Fantasy. We conclude our show tonight with our school song, PY for Tigers. A round of applause for the Senior High Tiger marching band. The band is directed by Mr. Jeff Freitag, assisted by Mr. Charles Brennan II, and Ms. Libby Daniels, Flag Corps Advisor. We thank you for your continued support of the Mansfield Senior High Tiger Band. Tonight, our band boosters are selling band memorabilia at the side gate inside the field house. Stop on by and show your support for our Tiger Band. We have some area scores of interest.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Are you looking for a solid career? job security, great pay, and rapid advancement, an important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow. Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Columbus, Ohio, get ready for the exciting gospel stage play, The Family Matters. It's coming to the historic Lincoln Theater on Friday, September 16th, featuring recording artist and Kingdom Image Award winner Mr. James Williams, along with an all-star cast of performers sure to keep you laughing and stir your soul with a theatrical performance unlike any other. Tickets are now available. Visit thefamilymatters.net for more information. It's The Family Matters, a musical stage play, Friday, September 16th. Be there. James1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
What's up, America? Brian Skowronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report. got second half action just about set to begin here at fabulous historic Arlin Field. Mansfield Senior right now on top 7-6 over North Canton Hoover. And the Tigers looking to get the football first.
Ready to begin. Third quarter action.
They played a pretty even first quarter. You know, the Tigers 129 yards total. Offense, Vikings 122 yards total offense. You know, both teams struggling a little bit on the ground. The Tigers with 26 yards rushing, where Hoover has got the majority of their yards on the ground, 21 rushes for 94 yards. So, you know, even with the yards, and as you can see with the score 7-6. So it's an even ball game. Both defenses have played really well to this point, besides a couple breakdowns on both sides for some big plays. But that's what halftime is about. Let's see who's able to make the better adjustments as the Tigers start off with the football first.
And they'll begun from the gun, where we've seen them basically all night in Brown for the first time, finding some space, ripping through a big hole, shooting through with some speed all the way into Viking territory down to the 40-yard line.
Wow. Zion Brown with a tremendous burst of speed through the line. And again, up front, that was just a great push by the offensive line, open up a hole there, and Brown exploded through the line of scrimmage for a big gain for the Tigers. Nice first play from scrimmage coming out of the locker room.
First down, this time they'll hand it to Ricky Mills, who were such an instrumental part of last week's win on the road at Norwalk. Haven't seen much of Slicky Ricky so far tonight. They've basically been featuring Brown in the backfield. Are you surprised, Effie?
Well, I'm a little surprised, but again, just because talking a lot with the coaches, Zion Brown has got tremendous potential, and the coaches really like what he brings to the table. So with Ricky Mills being such an integral part of the defense, they feel like they can get Brown a lot more carries, and he can be just as effective as a runner. But you still got to get Ricky Mills his carries. He is an absolute star on both sides of the football.
Reese brings a man in motion. And they'll toss it. Coming here near side, Mills setting up a block. They've got Nate Dismuke with another big gain and a first down for the Tigers, so the offense on the move.
Absolutely. You know, I like the variety of plays. That time Dismuke comes on the end around, and they pitch it to him, and he comes with a full head of speed and great blocking on the perimeter that time by all the Tiger receivers. And that's one thing that has been a staple for this Tiger offense. Your perimeter receivers got to be able to block, and they do a great job at that time for a big gain and another first down for the Tigers.
Knocking on the red zone. Brown, the lone back, two receivers to the left of Reese. And again, the run game, why not? Gaping hole, diving forward inside the 10.
I'm telling you right now, this offensive line has come out of the locker room with an attitude, because now they are just exploding off the line and getting movement. And again, it's not a whole lot of pulls, just straight base blocking and opening up holes there. And Zion Brown is just exploding through the line, getting positive yards. So I'm not sure what the coaches told the offensive line or challenged the offensive line in halftime, because right now they are coming off the football.
Brown got turned around, still able to fall backwards close to the goal line. So it'll set up a 2nd and goal from the 3. And you're right, it just looks like an inspired unit up front.
Right.
I don't think we saw any holes this big in the first half. It's been like 4 straight. Flag stops the play dead. I don't think everybody was able to get off the field over on the other sideline for Hoover. Actually, it's going to be a timeout taken by North Canton Hoover.
First timeout of the second half.
Well, you know, this drive, Brian, has been, you know, it shows the attitude and the great job of adjustments being made at halftime. And Coach Bradley and his staff saw some things that, and for me, I don't think it was strategic. I think it was just about effort. And I think the offensive line at this point is just playing with great effort, intensity, and energy and coming off the football. And play calling is a lot easier when your offensive line is just blowing off the ball.
Certainly.
And play, it doesn't matter what you call because you're going to get positive yards. So, I think they've done a good job of bringing some energy to this offensive line. And I think once you've played an entire half, you know who you're up against. You got to win your individual battles. And right now they're doing that. And the Viking defense is reeling. And for the Tiger offense, this is exactly what they needed for their young quarterback to get their offense going. And now they're in a position just inside the goal line to get a score.
They'll run it straight ahead again. Brown twisting, turning, getting pushed back, and he's going to be just shy, marked down at the half-yard line.
Well, and again, I can't talk enough about this offensive line. It was one-on-one that time, and the Viking defender made a great play, individual play to get him down. And here comes the push. And
it's going to be Duke Reese with the Tiger touchdown.
And that's the way it should have ended, with just a straight push from the offensive line, because they absolutely owned that drive. They took control of the line of scrimmage, and that score goes to the O-line, even though, Brown had a number of really good runs. But the offensive line really set the tone coming out of the locker room.
What a start here for Mansfield Senior. The PAT up and through, extending their lead now out to 8. Didn't even have to think about throwing.
Not at all.
The offensive line came out, dominated at just about every spot, every play working right on script. And look at Coach Bradley, man. How could you not be fired up after that performance you've seen from your dudes up front?
No, coaches understand where the games are won and lost. And, for all the excitement and athleticism and speed on the outside, if those offensive linemen come to play like they did this drive, the Tiger offense is going to be unstoppable. The key is, can they maintain that type of intensity? Because whatever somebody said at halftime, they need to bottle that and play it on repeat for this offensive line, because they really were impressive on that drive. And I think their energy just shocked the Vikings. But the challenge here for the Vikings now is, the challenge has been made. Now, what can your offense do? They haven't played terrible. They've actually run the ball better than the Tigers to this point. So we'll see if their offensive line can step up and meet the challenge.
8:56 to play here in the third quarter. Tigers squib it down the middle. Ashby on the hop. Carries out to the 38. Vikings opportunity now to try to answer the bell of an inspired Tiger team out the gates here in quarter number 3. Just marching it right down the field.
Yeah, that was a solid drive and ended with points, obviously a touchdown. But, it's one thing to control the line of scrimmage inside the 20s, but if you can get inside the red zone and continue to dominate the line of scrimmage, that's what sets offenses apart. And that was a great drive by the Tigers. But right now, we're going to see if the Vikings can come out. They're going to come out with trips wide and see if they can get anything moving here on this Tiger defense.
They're going to start the drive with a false start.
Dead ball, false start, offense, number 78, 5 yards, first down. And 5-yard penalty takes the ball back down to the Hoover 33-yard line.
So Hoover moves back inside their own 35 now.
It's Hoover's third penalty of the night, and it just seems like all these penalties have been crucial and have been to the drive. But they come out same formation here, and
oh, what a fake by the quarterback.
oh my.
Tigers do a nice job, though, of setting the edge. Certainly had faked out a couple of Mansfield defenders, but not everybody. Assignment football.
Absolutely.
Still turns out to be about a 6-yard run for the Vikings.
And they are committed to this run. At the end of the day, they're only down a score. So they are continuing to do what has worked for them, running the football, running the option game, the quarterback running, the football and mixing in some short passes here. Oh, that's trouble. That's trouble.
Ashby tried to cut back, but just too many kids waiting for him in orange jerseys. All the yards they just picked up on second down, given right back. 3rd and long coming up. And the Tigers defense obviously feeling confident after what they just saw their O do and playing complimentary football right now, Effie.
Well, I was going to say, I was just going to say they need to start to get Ashby the football, get it in his hands, and they did just that, but I think it was just a little bit too much. Ashby trying to make something happen, and the Tiger defense, you can't do that. They got too much speed on defense. And, oh, my.
Oh, blind side, big pop. Aaron Thornton came flying in.
Whoa.
Woo! Tigers taking it to him right now.
Now, that is dangerous. A straight drop back, which, the Viking offense haven't done a whole lot of just a straight drop back pass, but that time they did. And Thornton came in untouched, and that is a dangerous play. And he ran right through the quarterback for a big play on defense and forces the punt.
It's going to be a short punt. Takes a Tiger bounce. Still rolling. In the best field position of the night for either side. It's about to be enjoyed by Duke Reese in this offense. And this is how Mansfield got their offense rolling in that game against the Truckers. Was just a really stout run game in week number 1, Effie. So this offensive line, all the kids up front and even some of the backs all said that it was going to be an improved unit from a season ago. They certainly showed signs of that on that opening drive here in the 3rd.
Well, and it's important that you have an identity as an offense. And sometimes when you have so many weapons, you got Amar Davis and you got Lala Owens and you got Bradley. You have all these weapons offensively. But still, their identity, this offensive identity is going to be the run game. And that's what they've got to start to understand.
Reese back to pass, breaks the pocket, looking, and just throws it away over into the Viking bench. Lives to fight another down, 2nd on the way.
And again, this is one of those things you get spread out and you want to go big. I like it. You want to try to make a big play after you're playing with some momentum. Right now, if you ask any offensive lineman what they want to run right now, they're going to tell you, I want to run power football. Like right now, I can beat my man. Every one of them believe they can beat their man. And let's go power football here.
That's exactly what Mansfield Senior is going to do. Brown, wow. Couldn't get away from the defensive end, though. Nice tackle, spun down by Bryce Roach.
Yeah, and I can see why the coaches like Zion Brown. He's got, got great balance for a young back. He's a junior. Got great balance. He runs hard, falls forward, tough to tackle. I can see why they like this young man as a running back. Especially it allows Ricky Bills to get more rest, and he can be even fresher for the defensive end.
Crucial 3rd down on both sides. Clean pocket, big throw over the middle, juggling catch into the end zone. Tiger touchdown. Whoa, what a catch by Dismuke.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, you talk about the potential of Duke Reese as a passer. And for some of the errant throws we've seen, you can see, I talked about before how he's got such a live arm. This time he's got room. He steps right in, and that ball is put on the money in traffic. And, if you're a Tiger fan, as I am, you've got to like the promise that you see in that quarterback and some of these young receivers like Dismuke.
I think the Tigers probably getting a lot of new fans here tonight, especially the way that they're playing in this very inspired start to the 3rd quarter. 5:49 to go, 2 possessions, 2 scoring plays, and all the momentum right now in favor of the kids in the orange uniforms that want to show Stark County, nah. Last year might have been kind of a fluky style of game, but Tiger football's for real.
Well, and as you can see, though, Brian, what a running game does with your offensive line, what it does for the offensive line's confidence, what it does for your play calling ability. As a play caller, when you've got the ability to run the football, it opens up so many other things. So the fact that they came out and dominated as an offensive line in that first drive really opened up the field for that pass play and that big play that time. So the Tigers got it all going right now, and the key for this group is consistency. And they've been able to stay away from turnovers and those things both teams have in this game. But can they play consistent football? And they have to this point coming out in the second half. The Hoover Vikings right now, they are they got to be a little bit shell-shocked right here. Coming from playing a solid game themselves in week one, they had some confidence too, but right now they're in a position where it's danger time for them. This drive is huge for the Hoover offense.
This one lobbed up. Nice catch by the up man, Elijah Bramer. And I think probably something that was by design right there by the Tiger special teams unit.
Yeah, it's weird. I've seen a few games. Not many people kick the ball deep anymore. And I guess I get it. If somebody juggles, one of the guys who are not used to handling the football, somebody juggles it, you get another opportunity. But this just says a lot about your respect for your own defense. You give the team the ball at the 50-yard line. That shows supreme confidence in your own defense.
Keep it on the ground, first down, churning ahead. It'll be another fresh set. Roach with some tough running for a gain of 11.
Roach has been consistent. When he runs the ball inside the tackles, he is tough to tackle, and he always gets positive yards. So right away, another first down. And, the Vikings are, it is to their credit. They're going to be who they are. You get down 2 scores, you can't just abandon who you are. Power football, play action. And that time the Tigers sniff it out. But Roach still running hard.
Such an aggressive linebacking core from Mansfield. We've seen it throughout the entire duration of the night. As soon as they recognize it's run,
right,
3 bodies just fly to the football.
The hard thing about this Tiger defense, trying to run the football, is you can't. They're really aggressive and they come after the football, but you try to do something outside, they're so fast, you can't beat them to the perimeter.
Speaking of speed,
yeah,
a lot here on the outside, plenty of flags, the laundry all over the field as Boucher definitely got interfered with.
Yeah, and I think, and I don't think O'Brien was there. He had great coverage. I don't think he had to grab him, but I think he was trying to find the football. Yeah, he was just trying to find the football and got a little bit handsy on the receiver because he was there. He was just, wasn't in the best position to make a play on the football. Deontay O'Brien, a young man who had, I believe, I want to say a high number. I don't want to misquote how many interceptions he had, but he had a lot of interceptions last year, so he is a ball hawk. But that time he just misplayed the ball and picked up a penalty.
More penalty markers on the field. False start's going to go against Hoover. And they've had a few dead ball situations here, Effie, but before the start of the snap where they've just cost themselves.
Right.
Penalty takes the ball back to the 32-yard line where it'll be first and 15.
That'll be their 4th penalty for 20 yards for Hoover. And again, they are really in a position where it's hard for them to get behind the sticks because of right now they have one big play. Other than that, the Tiger defense has been all over this offense.
Be first down and 15. They'll run it to the near side. Excellent cutback by Roach. Davis had to cut him down at the 22-yard line. Big gain.
Yeah, and again, Roach has been a workhorse tonight, and he is, at this point, he has been their lone bright spot, and he picks up positive yards just about on every touch. Even when the Tigers are in the backfield, he falls forward for positive yardage.
And here he goes again, right side. Taken down by Owens. But he's got enough to move the chains.
Luke Roach on the carry, brought down by Lella Owens.
Luke Roach already here with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. He's got 16 carries, 51 yards. You know, again, has been the workhorse. And right now, there's no panic in Hoover right now. They knew there was a big drive. We talked about how this is a big drive, and this is, you know, the Tigers with the onside kick, I guess you say. Give them a short field, and they're taking advantage now inside the 15-yard line.
3:45 to go here in the fast-moving third. Straight ahead with the run game again for the Vikings.
Number 7, A.J. Dolph on the carry.
You know, I like the pace that the Vikings are playing with right now. They're you know, sometimes coaches get itchy and want to start to speed up the tempo because you're behind, but they are playing with good pace, good tempo. They're going with simple plays. You don't see a whole lot of things that are too extravagant on the offensive side, so their kids are comfortable with what they're running, and they're getting positive yards. So impressive drive so far.
Quarterback keeper all the way. Reaching forward down to about the 7-yard line.
Nice play.
Yeah, so Hoover makes it. It's going to be third down and short.
Gain of 5 on the play.
They need to get to the 5-yard line for a fresh set and can set themselves up with quite a few shots at the end zone.
Right, and I don't, to be honest, Brian, I don't think there's any way they won't go for this on fourth down. At this point, you know, they've been getting positive yards and they're inside the 10-yard line. They're down 2 scores here, getting ready to head into the fourth quarter. This is 4-down territory.
They'll hand it to Dolph.
Wow.
Was able to initially evade a little collision, but not enough to move the sticks. So fourth down. We'll see if you're right, if they're going to go with a gamble, but
doesn't look like it. You know, Ricky Mills again just beat his man, got into the backfield and caused havoc. Got the initial contact in the backfield and blew that play up before the running back could get his momentum going. So a big play by Ricky Mills defensively. And the Vikings are going to have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Play clock all the way down to 3. Low snap. Kick is up. Kick is pure. So that makes it a 12-point game. I was trying to calculate some math here and figure out what they're thinking. So does make it just a 2-score affair here, Effie.
Well, and plus, I understand from their perspective, like, look, we got to get some points on the board, you know, and I get that. You know, they had confidence in their kicker, although the Tigers, from what we've been told by our stat guru, have blocked 15 block kicks since the 2019 season. So this special teams unit blocks a lot of kicks, and so to take that opportunity to try to get some points on the board for Hoover was important for them to get it. They were able to get to 3, and you know, as a coach, you got to think, I still got a whole fourth quarter to play. We still got a chance to get a stop here, and like you said, we're only down 2 scores.
And the OH Report is also streaming the game live on the OH Report.
You know, really impressive individual, you know, drive that time by, you know, Luke Roach was the workhorse, but the offensive line played well, blocked well that series too. So, again, we knew it was going to be competitive. You know, the Tigers have still got momentum here, but if the Viking defense can get a stop, they could really make this thing interesting here as we get ready to head with, well, we're still under 2 minutes to go here in the third. But getting ready to head into the fourth quarter, they could really make it interesting if they can step up and get a stop.
Yeah, definitely a big possession on both sides for Mansfield Senior. I mean, you have been running and gunning here in this third quarter. 2 perfect drives so far. What a challenge now for the Hoover defense to keep yourself in the game. Can you slow down the TY Tigers in this engine that they've had revving?
Well, and the scary thing now is they've got everything. They can run the football now. Now you got to deal with all these weapons on the outside. And Brown is running well. Again, yeah, I can see why they like this kid. He is a hard runner, and he will stop right at the line of scrimmage and just shed some tacklers. But this is a new running back. Oh, this is Jameer Petty, another running back, another young running back that the coaching staff likes. So, you know, they've got a stable of backs that can come in and run the football. And more importantly, it gives Ricky Mills the opportunity to stay fresh for the defensive side of the football.
2nd and 4 after another hard run in between the tackles. And they'll toss it to Dismuke. Picks up maybe one. And you're right, Ricky Mills. Man, look at this performance he put on last week, Effie. You would think this would be a featured back, right?
Right.
9 carries, went for 83 yards. 4 times he tasted Pater, also had a big defensive sack. And just not really featured tonight in the backfield. So that lets you know about the different variety and
right.
kind of the fun that they have in that offensive room for the Tigers, trying to pick and choose who do we want to give the football to this week.
Right. Well, tremendous depth. And right now Petty is in as the back, but they also give Amar Davis touches. They also give Dismuke touches, the receivers. So a lot of guys run the football for the Tigers.
But they don't run it well this time. It's Petty.
Now that is a big defensive play for the Vikings and force assumably a punt, but you know the Tigers are lingering here on the field. But
that will bring us to the end of the third. Money time on the way here from Arlin Field. Stay with us. Find out who's going to win this battle between the Tigers and the Vikes.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
We welcome you back here to Arlin Field for Money Time, everyone's favorite part of the action. That's right, it is the fourth quarter. Mansfield Senior right now, they're on top 21-9, but a big defensive effort for Hoover gets them the football back, and they've got an opportunity here to try to close the gap with a big drive here to open up the fourth quarter. I'm Brian Skowronski, got Effie James with me here tonight, and it's been a really fun game here, Effie. A nice atmosphere. It's been good weather. We saw so much defense in the first half. Now all of a sudden, both offenses starting to figure it out and picking it up perhaps on some defensive tendencies.
Right.
And I think we're in for a fun finish.
Well, I think so too, and especially after that big defensive stop for the Vikings. After the Tigers had so much momentum after those first two drives, the Vikings got a big stop there, and now their offense is again with a big first down run for 5 yards, and they are just playing power football now against the Tiger defense.
2nd down and 5, man in motion. And the run game disastrous. Roach blowed up in the backfield.
You know,
and Ricky Mills.
You know, some people that are on the field defensively as an offense. You know, you have to look and say, okay, where is this guy? You know, there's some players that have played defense at all levels that when the offense comes out on the field, you have to say, okay, where is he lined up? Where is he? We've got to do something to keep him out of our backfield, because Ricky Mills has just been a terror, especially here in the second half. He has been in the backfield every play. Here he is again.
Wow, Ricky making the sack. Showing the emotion, bringing so much to the table now in his senior season. Huge play, going to get the Tigers defense off the field.
Wow. Now, and you know, I know some people are disappointed after such a great game he had offensively last week, not to see him get more carries, but I truly believe the fact that Zion Brown's had a great game rushing the football, but the fact that he's been allowed to rest a little bit offensively, he's so much fresher here. He's already in tremendous condition, but he gets that much more rest and plays that much more fresh here at money time.
Yeah, not a good-looking punt there. Effie does take a Hoover bounce, and it'll be marked dead at the 46. So, again, Duke Reese and the offense, they've been blessed with some quality field position, but to their credit, they're taking advantage.
Right, exactly. And they opened up. And, you know, I think last series they came out, the Hoover defense was motivated and got a big stop on third down, but the Tiger offense is still, you know, Zion Brown back in at running back. They still have a ton of weapons. They haven't, you know, it's been a while since Duke Reese has looked deep. We got a little bit of a personnel issue. Mekhi Bradley comes on a little late, but Duke Reese, a lot of weapons at his disposal right now.
This looks like it's going to be encroachment potentially against the Vikings. It will be. So the Tiger offense even in a better position now with a 1st down and 5.
Encroachment penalty on Hoover, who takes the ball down to the Mansfield Senior 41-yard line, where the Tigers will have possession 1st and 5.
Well, the Tigers now are, looks like they're going to change the play based on the down and distance now. But again, the running game has been going well for them. They have mixed up the formations, and Duke Reese is playing with a lot more confidence here in the second half.
He's got the give straight ahead. Brown chugs forward out to the 40. Limited gain on the play.
Yeah, and for the Tigers, it's important for them offensively to really give this ground game some work, get their offensive line comfortable with running the ball when in times where they got to, you know, not milk the clock, but you want to use the clock to your advantage. You're up 2 scores. You got 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. You really want to close the game. You want to value your possessions, close the game, and play ball control, and then get points at the end.
Vikings showing blitz. They will bring some heat. Brown right into the back of a couple of his offensive linemen. Still able, I mean, he don't miss legs that you can see.
He does it.
Striving forward.
You know, I will say again, you know, they talked a lot about this young man before, but he is, I can see why they like him, and he runs extremely hard, and he is tough to tackle. You know, he is tough to tackle. They, right now he is listed at 5'9", 190, and he is tough to tackle.
Reese with the hard count. Vikings don't bite.
This is a big 3rd down play here. It's a big 3rd down. Try to get the Vikings, would love to get off the field here.
Reese to the sky. Defender falls down and it opens things up for Dismuke. Forced out of bounds and a huge 1st for the TY Tigers.
Nice execution there on that quick out with the seam on the outside concept. And again, for this quarterback, for Duke Reese, it's all about his confidence. And you could tell with that throw, he was able to step in. He didn't have to think about it. He saw his receiver. The receiver showed him his full numbers. And you make the short throw, and it ends up going for a 1st down. And those are the type of plays that they want to keep for their young quarterback, to keep his confidence level high.
Reese again checks the sideline, looking for the play call. Tigers at the 29, 8:03. Clock stopped. Brown won't be, as he goes across the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play.
On the carry, picks up 5 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Another look on the Tridico Sign Company replay.
And, you know, again, Zion Brown, so tough to tackle. And, you know, a lot of times when you see running backs get hit, a lot of them will just, you know, go down. But he wants as many yards as he can get, can squeeze out of every carry. And that's a great attribute for a running back to have.
Got a timeout on the field taken by the Vikings. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our generous sponsors that help bring you tonight's high school football broadcast live and always free on the OH Report. Even though we're back to action, just say real quick, say, hey, what's up, Brennan's Barber Shop and Shave Parlor? It's not just a haircut. It is an experience worth talking about every time with Brennan's. Thanks for jumping on board as our scoreboard sponsor tonight. We'll get to the rest here shortly. But first, 2nd down and 5. How about Brown keeping his feet, spinning his way for another fresh set.
Zion Brown spins his way down to the
And again, left side of the offensive line doing a great job of getting positive yardage, getting a push off the line of scrimmage, opening up seams for Brown. And Brown has got great vision. He's able to jump step into some seams and get some positive yardage. Great job picking up the first down.
Clock rolling under 7 minutes. Tigers now at the 18-yard line. Chance here to put Hoover out of the game with a big score. And why not keep feeding the beast? Zion dragging a couple defenders inside the 15.
Zion Brown is, you know, now that's his 15th carry. He's up to 65 yards on the night. Just a workman performance. They're actually going to give him a break. But he has ran well tonight. He really spurred, along with a couple big plays, he really spurred the resurgence of the run game in the second half. He has run hard. He has, you know, secured the football, been able to stay away from turnovers. And he has sparked this Tiger offense and put them in a really good place here down inside the 15.
Play clock down to 1. Reese does just get the snap off as they continue to pound it on the ground. Petty this time with the carry. He's got 2 more. 3rd down coming up for Mansfield, and they'll need about 3 to get inside of the 9-yard line.
I think we got a flag penalty here.
Some discussion going on amongst the officiating crew. So it'll benefit Mansfield Senior. It's going to give him a first down, actually. A 1st and goal coming up for the Tigers. Wow. Face mask was the call. I think couldn't see it with all them big bodies around.
Another costly penalty for the Vikings, and this one on the defensive end, it really hurt them. And now this Tiger offense, who is playing really inspired up front, now can smell the goal line.
First down, Petty charging forward, ripped down at the 2.
Well, that is a great individual play by the backside linebacker for Hoover, because on the front side, the Tigers had that blocked very well. Makai Bradley pulled around on the front end, and the front side was completely wiped out. Backside linebacker Spicer did a great job running it down from the backside and saving a touchdown.
So 2nd and goal. They'll keep Reese back in the gun. Petty remains the lone back. Tight end is Bradley. They'll move him in motion, run in behind him. And the Tigers are in for another score.
Great execution up front again. And, you know, it's amazing what, you know, an attitude and confidence will do for your offensive line. And, you know, again, this second half, if you could hand out an MVP of the second half, it's got to go to the Tiger offensive line. They have really changed the momentum of this game and put the Tigers ahead now by 3 scores.
Looking to add to it. with the PAT going up and through. So Mansfield Senior 28-9. I tell you what, Effie, I don't think there's very many around the state that saw this type of score coming. I don't think that people would be surprised to see Mansfield win, but up almost 20 points.
Well, and I tell you, the way they've done it, you know, now it would be one thing to be a Tiger fan and to see and know of all the weapons that they have. You could say, oh, man, they got on the run. Some guys made some big plays. But the Tigers have done this, have got these points through grit and toughness. And, you know, they have ground out the points. Yeah, they had a big play in the first half, Amar Davis with the catch. But other than that, the Tigers have been the more physical football team. And, you know, sometimes when you look at the numbers and you watch Hoover's got, you know, a good number of kids out for football. They've got a great number of kids out, got great depth. But the Tigers have just really been the more physical football team in this game, and that's why they've got some success here on offense. And defensively, that's their calling card. Their defense has always – that's where they're going to hang their hat. And their defense is as advertised. And now, to me, the fact that they've got a kid like Zion Brown who can – make one of their biggest defensive weapons fresh all the time is such a huge advantage for the Tigers. When you can have Mills not have to carry the ball 10, 11, 12 times a game, where he can take that energy and put it on harassing the other team's quarterback, that makes a big difference for that Tiger defense.
So we're starting to get to be about that time. 4:36 to play here. MVP conversation, Effie?
Ooh, boy. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah, you know, you could do it a few different ways, and a lot of different guys should be up for it. But it's, you know, you know me, man. I'm about the inside guy. I'll pick a lineman and say, let's go with it.
Big pressure backside. Now Mills bearing down, thrown deep on the money. Ashby, what a grab, what a find.
Yeah. How about that?
Huge game.
And Ashby got behind the defense, and you know, I don't even think he was in that route concept. He came over when he saw the quarterback. He saw the quarterback looking that way, and he just went to that side. His route was taking him to the near side, and he saw his quarterback look the other way, and he just turned the other way.
I think that's going to go down as incomplete. Hit the ground, trying to get it into Luke Roach. After the huge game by Ashby, put him at the 22.
Yeah, and that Tiger secondary, they pride themselves on not giving up big plays. And, you know, that time they just, you know, let Ashby get behind them. And to their credit, great throw and great catch. And now they're in scoring range.
Vikings back to throw. They will dump it off. Here's Ashby again, coming right at our camera person. Almost took her out. And more laundry on the field.
You know, that is, you know, that play, I think they're going to get a block in the back. But I think more importantly than that, you know, you got to be a solid, you know, a solid husband to just say that your camera person's on the field when the camera person's your wife. And not mention that it's your wife.
Well, I don't like to play favorites, Effie. If it was any camera person, I'd be worried for them. But in that particular case, I did jump out on the edge of my seat just a little bit. I mean, she's not that big, about 5'4".
I did see you jump a little bit.
But luckily, Ashby only listed at $150, so I knew she was okay.
Yeah, Jory's tough, man. She can handle it down there.
Whoops me all the time. So with the penalty, they'll back up now. 3:58 to go. 2nd and 18 from the 30. And look at Tiger Nation.
Oh, boy.
Loving what they're seeing, and why not? Mackay bursting in, big sack. Num, 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 num. Just gobbling them up right now.
You can't win. You can't win in those situations against this defense. I mean, when they know what you're going to do, there's no way you can win. You know, they got too many unblockable guys. Mackay Bradley, just a machine out there. You can't really block him. And when he knows what you got to do, it just makes it tough. And it's really dangerous for your quarterback, to be honest.
I don't want him tackling me, ever. that throw behind Dolph from Derland. So it's going to be 4th down, 27, and the game starting to slip away here from the Hoover Vikings on the road.
Well, and, you know, for Hoover, this is, you know, one of those games. It's early. It's a non-league game for them, and right now they've come on the road. They've went against a really good defense, and right now they're just trying to get some points and try to end this thing on a positive note because the Tigers are playing with great confidence.
Actually going to push punt this. I'm somewhat stunned. Throwing in the towel.
Yeah.
And especially if you're going to kick it to Keontae Bradley.
This is why you don't kick it.
Not a good idea. He's going to take it all the way to the zone. Tigers stamping an exclamation mark. 94 yards.
This is why, and to be honest, this is why they don't kick it off to the Tigers. No, I don't think you'll see anybody kick it off to them. You don't see anybody punt to them. They have too many weapons. Keontae Bradley, probably the fastest guy, you know, certainly on this field, but maybe one of the fastest guys in the state of Ohio. And you got a quick kick. He didn't even know the ball was getting kicked. He found it, caught it, and runs 90-plus yards.
Jeez.
For a Tiger touchdown. So, you know, you look at this team from Hoover, and they now see that this team is for real. Now, there's another team in Stark County that will be coming in next week that I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit, but that's got to raise their eyebrows just a bit here about next week's ball game.
I think it's safe that we can start looking ahead. 3 minutes on the dot on the clock. And 35 points now for Mansfield Senior to Hoover's 9. Tiger Nation up on their feet, man. Got to be impressed with what they have seen. This performance in the second half, much different looking team for Mansfield.
Well, and I think with everything offensively and defensively, and that's the thing when you talk to a lot of the Tiger coaches, they just talk about if we could just bring it all together. They played well in spots defensively. They played well, had good plays offensively, but they could bring it all together. They can be dangerous. And I think this second half, they have done a great job of pulling it all together. They played well defensively. Offensively, they showed great variety. They've run the ball well. Duke Reese has looked solid throwing the football, but also the coaching staff hasn't put him in positions where you know, he's had to read the whole field and make – that's not his game. And I think they've done a great job of protecting their quarterback, giving him safe passes. But he also, as we can see, has a live arm, and he can beat you deep on any given play. So, you know, they have really stepped up their game, and I think they're progressing in a way that Coach Bradley wants them to be at this point.
Well, I came into this game very excited to see all the weapons that Mansfield Senior had. Also wanted to see how are they going to do up front against a team like the Vikings, because that was a lot of the talk, is that that's where they needed to improve from last season to this to really become a complete team. And this second half has been extraordinary to watch how the full development, everything that you just outlined. And what are the Tigers doing?
Get the ball.
They're still going to come away with the football. I've not ever seen that much confusion.
On both sides. On both sides. But like we talked about earlier, Brian, teams don't kick the ball deep anymore. So I think everybody was confused when Putt kicked it. He actually kicked it kind of deep, and nobody knew what to do.
Let's see this again. So, yeah, there's the ball. Everyone's just like, well, it can just sit there, right? Well, no, guys. Someone's got to get it for the play to end.
It's a live ball.
And it turns out that it's Mansfield Senior.
How about that?
Pouring some sugar on top of what's already been a saucy performance here in the second half. Now they come out. I don't think we've seen this dual back set yet with Brown and Petty both. So Coach Bradley, his staff, Coach Owens, and then now they're starting to get a little bit more creative. Let's just have fun over these last 2:45 and really experiment.
Well, and I think for them it's more about understanding how they're going to be able to win games. And for all the promise that Duke Reese has, and I think he does have a tremendous upside, Right now, they can't depend on his arm. So right now, they have got to figure out ways to be able to effectively run the football. Sometimes that's a single eye set. Sometimes you got to get into split backs, run some different concepts with two backs. But right now, I don't think they're just doing this for fun. I think these are the type of sets they're going to have to lean on depending on the games that they play.
Big hole for Brown. Breaking away. Flag flies for right now. It's going down for 6. But before I pull up the cool touchdown graphic, let's find out for sure.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a hold on one of the receivers. And, I have always, not been mad at when receivers get flagged for holding. I don't know why. I just –
I'm sure they appreciate that as a former wideout that had a few big plays come back. Well, thanks, F.
I just think because unless it's just an egregious hold and you're not moving your feet, but I like to see receivers blocking downfield, just the effort that they give. And sometimes when a guy goes to make the play, it's tough to move your feet and stay in front of him. It's easier to just reach, and a lot of times the officials will make that hold call. And that time, that's what happened, and gets a touchdown call back.
So it'll be 2nd and 20, 2:05 to go. And, hey, we need to hear from you, the fans. I don't know if I can necessarily pick an MVP, so drop us a comment. Right. Let us know where you stand on the most valuable player of tonight's game, as just about everybody's getting involved. Here's Davis, still getting in the mix offensively and turning out some serious yardage all the way down to the 6.
Well, and this time they have Amar coming in. They already have two backs, and Amar gets the handoff on the end around. And these guys if they're in the game, they're going to want to score. So the guys who have the most confidence right now is that offensive line, and they have improved throughout the course of this game. And I know people say from game to game you want to improve, but we have seen this offensive line throughout the course of this game show great improvement, and they went from being a detriment to really dominating. As that play is a sign. They went from a huge question mark at the beginning of the game to dominating this football game, and the running backs are just having a field day. And Petty gets his touchdown that was taken back. He actually gets it now this time.
Yeah, guilty admission, Effie. I was a little concerned for Mansfield coming into the game tonight. Sure. And I was talking to a couple of media members that had scouted out Hoover, and they're like, no, this is the Tigers' game to win. I'm telling you, Mansfield Senior is just a better team. I have been impressed to see them all put it together as Putt does tack on the PAT. He's been perfect tonight, 42-9, all complimentary football, all second half for Mansfield Senior. The offense getting it going, but the defense, that's the real flavor to savor, I think, overall.
Absolutely.
They've been stunning the way that they have more or less bottled up the Vikings and then made the big plays when Hoover tried to make it tight. It hasn't been a game this entire fourth quarter.
Well, and like you said, the defense is the reason you don't put 42 points on the board without getting multiple opportunities. And the defense, not only stopping Hoover from scoring is a key, but giving your offense more opportunities. And with this offense trying to find itself, they need more reps and more opportunities. And coming out of last week's game, even though they won big, one thing we talked about earlier was the time of possession. Norwalk had the football for 10 more minutes than the Tiger offense. So we look at tonight, and the Tiger offense's time of possession over 23 minutes, 23:51 to 22:37 for the Hoover Vikings. So what that says to me is your offense has more opportunities, more reps to get better. And they showed improvement. They got a chance to make more mistakes and get them corrected on the field. So the Tigers, just a great game all around, and that's just not smart.
Flag's going to go against Nye Petty, 6-foot sophomore getting into the action.
Yeah, that's just not smart.
Kickoff is returned by number 32,
I'll see you next week or not?
We'll be here, buddy. So the Tiger offensive coaching staff already coming out the box. They know they got this on lock.
It's over with, yeah.
But they gave us all the credit, Effie. They said we're responsible for the dub. So
how about it? We'll
OH.REPORT, we'll fly the Tiger banner.
No question. We'll take it. We'll take it.
This is truly exciting. I mean, this second half, it's got me pumped up thinking about the possibilities of this team.
Right.
Because they can hurt you in so many ways, and now I think we can kind of flip the script. We can talk about that other team from Stark County, Effie, who's going to be rumbling in here next week as that ball's on the turf. Well, what an exciting matchup that's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. And once the word gets out at Stark County about this game, it's going to spark more interest for them. So, you know, I can see a huge crowd being here, which will be nice. It's Hall of Fame induction night. Mansfield City Schools is bringing back the Hall of Fame. We haven't inducted anybody into our Mansfield City Schools All Sports Hall of Fame since, I believe, 2009.
Wow.
So we're bringing that back, and one of the guys on that list is head coach Chioke Bradley, my teammate, and really overdue, actually, for that honor. But here's Roach still running hard. I love this kid. I don't know him, but I love this kid. He's run hard all night, no matter the score, no matter the time.
So Luke Roach rips off one last big run, and that's right. We're in running clock territory.
Yes, we are.
Down to the last 3 seconds, and that is going to do it. Mansfield Senior smokes the Vikings 42-9 here at Arlin Field, as they move to 2-0 on the season, setting up a massive game with Massillon, Washington, making a visit here next week.
Wow.
We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have some final stats analysis and then also an interview with our MVP. I know Zion Brown didn't get into the end zone, but I kind of feel like he sparked everything.
I know, I do too.
Petty's got 2 touchdowns, maybe both of them. I don't know. Stick around. You'll find out on the other side.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Columbus, Ohio, get ready for the exciting gospel stage play, The Family Matters. It's coming to the historic Lincoln Theater on Friday, September 16th, featuring recording artist and Kingdom Image Award winner Mr. James Williams, along with an all-star cast of performers sure to keep you laughing and stir your soul with a theatrical performance unlike any other. Tickets are now available. Visit thefamilymatters.net for more information. It's The Family Matters, a musical stage play, Friday, September 16th. Be there. James1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Take a look at all the action from Friday night football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
All right, welcome back to the OH Report. We are here with the OhioHealth MVP Tiger quarterback Duke Reese, who had a tremendous night tonight. 10 for 15, 174 yards, and 2 big touchdown passes. Duke, talk about tonight, how you guys were able, it seems like you guys were able to turn on the switch at second half. What happened at halftime that gave you guys so much energy coming out of the locker room?
We just made a lot of adjustments. We had, the second half, the big guys picked it up, so, we ran through him. They started the car. I got the keys,
Right, and for your play, I thought you seemed like you grabbed more confidence in the second half and a couple nice throws there in the second half. Talk about how you were able to get more – it looked like you got more comfortable as the game went on. Was that how it was? Did you get more comfortable in the second half?
Yeah. I just, my receivers and line and my coaches, they all believed in me, so, I had to put something together. Got coached up well, so, yeah.
And, it looked like to me, we talked up here a lot about how the offensive line came out and they really dominated in the second half. And talk about how much easier it is as an offense when your offensive line is coming off the ball the way your offensive line was there in the second half.
It's light years easier. We could run, pass. Like you said, they turn the switch on. So.
You guys now 2-0. That's a big test tonight. You beat a team from Stark County. I know you guys have heard it's been a while since we beat a team from there other than last year. So now with coming into next week against a traditional rival in Massillon, talk about what you guys expect to do. What do you guys want to do with Massillon coming in here next week for a big game?
Well, it starts tomorrow. We're going to prepare really good, watch the tape from tonight, and move forward to Massillon. So, yeah.
Well, you are, again, you are, to me, it looks like you're steadily improving. You're gaining more confidence. And, you know, what do you think moving forward for next week? What are one of your personal things that you think you need to work on as this team's full-time quarterback for the first time this year? What is something you're going to be looking to work on going into next week's game?
Just being confident. That's the big part of it. Being confident, believing that my guys can make plays and I can make the throws. And my line, you know, they're doing a good job blocking, so it's all confidence right now.
Absolutely. Well, Duke Reese, our OhioHealth MVP, an outstanding game, 10 for 15, 174 for two big touchdowns, and the Tigers get the win tonight, 42-9 over North Canton Hoover. Big win. Good luck to you, Reese. Duke.
Thank you.
All right, going on to have a great season this year.
Lender, craftsman, dog dead. We're more than our job titles, and you're more than an account number. The personal attention we provide comes from a promise to serve you with respect and compassion. By being responsive to your questions and taking time to understand your needs and goals, we give you more than just a place to bank. That's the more you can expect from Park National Bank. Find John or a banker near you at parknationalbank.com. Park National Bank, where you mean more.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Columbus, Ohio, get ready for the exciting gospel stage play, The Family Matters. It's coming to the historic Lincoln Theater on Friday, September 16th, featuring recording artist and Kingdom Image Award winner Mr. James Williams, along with an all-star cast of performers sure to keep you laughing and stir your soul with a theatrical performance unlike any other. Tickets are now available. Visit thefamilymatters.net for more information. It's The Family Matters, a musical stage play, Friday, September 16th. Be there. James1 Incorporated, providing innovative workshops and training for school districts throughout Ohio. We specialize in the areas of cultural awareness and sensitivity, reaching the unreachable student, dangers of teen substance abuse, and more. We offer relevant workshops for coaches and student athletes, and with virtual options available for all trainings, call today and schedule your first session. James1 Incorporated, first in promoting excellence through quality professional development.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report. 185 more rush yards against Hoover tonight than they had last year in the game. Mansfield Senior comes out victorious this evening as they handle the Vikings 42-9. I'm Brian, back with Effie. Let's take a look at these final stats of the night. Lopsided, as you might figure, with the Tigers starting to find their groove offensively. Duke Reese, who was our MVP, who came up, gave a great interview. He was pretty good, but we really feel like the offensive line kind of carried the momentum for them. And then the running backs, they had lanes to choose from, Effie. I mean, it was like they were in the middle on the highway. Can I go left? Can I go right? Yes, just turn on your blinker and find your lane. Right,
and I think the offensive line, at any level, if your offensive line can play well, it opens up everything. It opens up the playbook. It gives your quarterback, as Duke Reese talked about, he played with so much more confidence because now – he can run the football. The offensive line will protect him better. Everything's better for your quarterback and your offense when your offensive line comes off the ball. So, they were, the de facto MVP tonight, but Duke Reese did have a solid game. And I thought he ran the offense the way that Coach Bradley and the staff want him to run this offense. He doesn't have to do too much at this point. At this point, all he has to do is protect the football, be smart with his play calling. There was a lot of times where we felt like when he didn't see what he liked, he just tucked it and ran, got positive yardage. That is great growth for the young quarterback. And if this offensive line continues to come off the ball and play as physical as they did tonight, they could have not just a monster game, they could have a monster season. So all positives for the Tigers this week. And I'm sure they're good and watch some film and they'll find some negatives. But overall, a really good performance by the Tiger offense and defense.
And they're proven to be a second-half team at Norwalk. That's when they started to find their groove. So I think that you can compliment as well the coaching staff, Effie, for figuring some things out in the first half if they have an opportunity to see what the opponents are bringing to the equation. And in the second half, they've been lights out in week 1 and week 2. But week 3 is the one that even when you're talking to the Mansfield Senior kids the week before Norwalk, they want to talk about Massillon, man. Hey, they put the first 2 babies to bed. They're snoozing. Now the big game is coming up here, and we were just saying off air, if this place isn't packed out, like Tigers fans, when are you going to arrive? Because there will be perhaps no bigger game in the state than that one.
Well, and I am confident that it will be a big game, and I think a lot of people from Massillon will show up as well. This is a game that has been, it's weird. In the grand scheme, we haven't really played Massillon a whole lot, especially, since, almost – the 1950s, but since then we've only played them a few times, but this is still a real heated rivalry. So when Mansfield people hear Massillon or when Massillon people hear Mansfield, it is always an interesting ticket. So I expect them to bring a lot of people. They will have their tailgaters here early Friday morning, and it will be what could be a really solid game, a game that early on people may have thought the Tigers would have been overmatched, but what we saw tonight, and not taking anything away from Hoover, they're a good team, but I think tonight the Tigers could have played with anyone. The way they played and how physical they were, they could have played with anyone tonight. So it'll be interesting to see how this win translates into next week's, like Duke Reese talked about, into their preparation on Monday and to how they perform on next Friday.
That's going to wrap up our coverage here from Arlin Field. The Tigers move to 2-0 with a big game looming large coming up in week 3, but still a lot to come here tonight on the OH Report. Don't forget at 11:30 we are live with the Friday Night Pigskin, and we've got all the highlights and action that you need to see from all around the area. For Andrew Ziegler, Jory Hollenbeck, our 2 fantastic camera people, and Effie James on the commentary, and all of our amazing sponsors. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on a live stream near you real soon.